Hello students, in this video we are going to study the remaining part of the chapter 4. The chapter name is Heat. Class 7 Subject Science. So before starting the remaining part, let me recall what we had seen in the previous video. So we had seen that the degree of hotness or coldness of any object is called its temperature. Whether an object is hot or cold, it is known by its temperature. And temperature of a substance increases on giving heat, and temperature of that substance decreases on absorbing heat from that substance. Then we had seen the instrument to measure the temperature of an object, and that instrument is known as thermometer. And the thermometer that measures our body temperature is called a clinical thermometer or doctor's thermometer. Then we had seen the temperature range for this thermometer, that a clinical thermometer can measure temperature from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. And in Fahrenheit, it can measure from 94 degree Fahrenheit to 108 degree Fahrenheit. Then we had seen that the normal temperature of the human body is 37 degrees Celsius, and it is in Fahrenheit scale, it's a 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. Then we had seen the laboratory thermometer, that the thermometer which is used in laboratory is known as laboratory thermometer, and the range of this kind of thermometer is usually from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. The thermometer which is used to measure the maximum and minimum temperature of the day is known as maximum minimum thermometer. And in clinical thermometer there is a kink, a kind of structure which is near the bulb of mercury, and this kink prevents mercury level to falling down. So now in this video we will see the transfer of heat. So let's start with that you might have observed that a frying pan becomes hot when kept on a flame. Why? So it is because the heat passes from the flame to that utensil or that pan, and when that pan is removed from the fire, it slowly cools down. And why does it cool down? So in that case, the heat is transferred from the pan to the surrounding. When you put the pan on the flame, the heat is transferring or heat is passing from that flame to that pan, and when you remove that pan from the fire, it slowly cools down. At that time, the heat is transferred from that pan to the surrounding. So you can understand that in both the cases the heat flows from the hotter object to the colder object. In the first case, heat is flows from flame to pan, and in the second case the heat is flows through the pan to the surrounding. And in fact, in all the cases, heat flows from hotter object to the colder object. So how does this heat flows? So to find that, one activity is given here. So before that activity, Paheli has some question that she is asking, does it mean that heat will not be transferred if the temperature of two objects is same? So yes, if the temperature of the two objects is same, then heat is not transferred between that two objects. If there is a temperature difference, then and only then the heat can be transferred. So now let me see the next activity to check how this heat flows from two different objects which has the different temperatures. So for that, take a rod or flat strip of metal, and you can take the rod or strip of metal like aluminium or iron, and fix a small wax pieces on that rod, and these pieces should be at nearly equal distance. Like here it is shown to you in the figure. These are the pieces of small wax, and you have to place them, fix them at the equal distance. Now clamp the rod to a stand, or you can say fix this rod to this stand. And if you don't have a stand, then you can put one end of this rod between the bricks. Here as it is shown to you, you can put this rod between the two bricks and now hit the other end of the rod and observe. From this end, give the heat to this rod by the use of candle, or if you have the burner, then you can also use that. And observe what is happening with this wax pieces and find this answer of these questions, that do these pieces begin to fall? Which pieces falls first? And do you think that heat is transferred from the end nearest to the flame to the other end? So to find the answer, let me see this activity. So here the activity arrangement is shown to you. A rod is connected to the clamp and small pieces of wax are fixed at the rod of metal or aluminium. You can use iron also. Then after we are heating one end of this rod with the use of candle, and you have to observe what happened to these wax pieces. So after some time you will notice like this, that the piece which is nearest to the candle or nearest to the heat of the candle will melt first and it will fall down first. And after some time, one by one, all the pieces of the wax fall down, and the heat, by this activity we can say that the heat is transferred from one end which is nearest to the flame to the other end. So heat is transferring to the end of the rod. It will take some time. You can try this activity at your home, and at the end the last piece also fell down. So in this activity we had seen that wax pieces start melting after giving the heat. Then we had seen that wax pieces closest to the heating end of the rod falls first, and after that the second nearest wax piece, and like that the other pieces are also fell down, and the heat is transferred from one end which is nearest to the flame to the other end. So this process by which the heat is transferred from the hotter end to the colder end of an object is known as conduction. This process of transferring heat from the hotter end, that means the end which has the higher temperature, to the colder end, that means the end which has the lower temperature, and this process is known as the conduction. And in solids generally this heat is transferred by this process, that is conduction. So now you have the question, must have the question, that do all substances conduct heat easily? So you have noticed that a metallic pan for cooking we are using for cooking has a plastic or wooden handle. Can you lift a hot pan by holding it from the handle without getting hurt? So yes, we can hold hot pan without getting hurt with the help of this handle which is made up of plastic and wooden. So why this is happening? So for that one activity is given here, that to check the conduction of heat by the different materials like this metal, then after wood and plastic. So for that this activity, heat water in a small pan or a beaker, and then after collect some articles, or you can say items such as steel spoon, plastic scale, pencil and divider. Now dip one end of these objects in hot water. Here as it is shown to you, the one end of these objects are dipped in the water and the other ends are free in the air. So now after doing this, wait for a few minutes, and then after touch the other end and enter your observation what you will feel in this table 4.3. So let me see how you have to write this in the table 4.3. So here in the table 4.3, in the first column the article name or item name you have to write. In the second column the material with which the article is made of. Which material is used to make this item? You have to write the name of the material, and in the last column, does the other end get hot? You have to write yes or no. After pouring the hot water, does the other end of these objects get hot or not? So you have to write that. So here one example is given to you, that is of steel spoon. It is made up of metal, and after few minutes, if you will observe, then its other ends get hot. So here it is written yes. So now let me see this observation for the different objects. So here the observation for different kinds of objects is given to you. First, that we had already seen, steel spoon, it is made up of metal, and if you will observe, then you can feel that the other end is also hot. The next object is plastic scale. It is made up of plastic, and after some time, if you will notice that, you will not find or you will not feel the other end as the hot. So it is written here no. The next is pencil. It is made up of wood, and its other end is also not hot. So no is written. The next is divider. It is made up of metal, and if we will observe, you will find its other end hot. So it is here. Yes, yes is written here. So now to check the conduction of heat by different kinds of material, let me see one another activity which is similar to this activity to check the conduction in the different kinds of material or the different object which is made up of different kind of materials. So now let me check the conduction of heat by different kinds of material, that is for metal, wood and plastic. For that, take a bowl and place the 3 spoons in this bowl which is made up of wood, metal and plastic. Then after, place butter in each spoon, and instead of butter you can also use small pieces of wax. Now place small pins on the butter. And make sure that your spoon will not fall down. Place them properly, and then next stage is there, that is pour the hot boiling water in this bowl. And you should make sure that the other end of the spoon will not dip in the hot water. And then after, observe all the spoons and pin which is fixed on the butter. You will observe that the butter in the metal spoon will start melting, while in the another spoons, that is wood and plastic, the butter is as it is. So after some time you will notice that this butter melt down. So as we had seen, the butter melt down after some time, and the pin which was fixed on that butter, that also fall down, and the butter on the two other spoons, that is of wood and plastic, the butter did not melt down. So that's why it was in the same condition. We can see that in wooden object and in plastic object, the heat is not transferring, or there is the transfer of heat is in lower amount. So the material which allows heat to pass through them easily are called conductors of heat. As we had seen the example already, for example, aluminium, iron and copper. These are the materials which allow the heat to pass through them easily. So these objects are, or this kind of metals are known as conductors of heat. and the materials which do not allow the heat to pass through them easily are the poor conductors of heat, such as plastic and wood. They are the poor conductors of heat. They will not allow the heat to pass through them. And the poor conductors are also known as insulators. So the water and air is also poor conductor of heat, or you can say insulators of heat. Then how does the heat transfer take place in this substance? To find out that, the next activity is given to you, that is transfer of heat in air and water. So for that activity we will see in the next video. So before ending this video, let me recall what we had seen in this video. So we had seen the transfer of heat. In transfer of heat, we had seen that the heat flows from the body at the higher temperature to a body at a lower temperature, and that is why hot tea become cold due to the flowing of heat in the atmosphere. That is also one example of transfer of heat. And on heating one end of an aluminium rod with the flame of candle, heat flows from its nearer end to the far off end. And the process of heat or transfer of heat from the hot end to the cold end in a solid objects is known as the conduction. And the solid substance like metals become hot due to this process of conduction. And then we had seen the good conductors and poor conductors. So in good conductors of heat, the substance through which conduction of heat take place easily are called good conductors. Metals like copper, silver, aluminium, iron, etc. are good conductors of heat. And in poor conductors or insulators, we had seen the materials which do not allow the heat to pass through them easily are called poor conductors of heat or insulators. So now in the next video, we will see the remaining part of this chapter. Thank you.